Hi, my name is Joe Curcillo, and I am the author of Getting to Us. Discover the ability to lead your team to any result you desire. In these current turbulent times dealing with the pandemic, I took a look at a lot of businesses and clients of mine, and I realized that everyone is having serious problems dealing with issues. The issues are government shutdowns, people working from home when they normally worked in an office, having your team spread out because they're not all in one place, and then managing the stress that occurs for the business owner when they're dealing with a change in income, layoffs, furloughs, wondering what's going to happen tomorrow. Well, I think that it's time for us to take a look at beyond tomorrow. In my perspective, creating a unifying vision is what will bring your team together through this pandemic and beyond. Because that vision, that unifying vision, is the ultimate business solution. And it's going to get you, your team, and all of your people through this mess. Why? Because a unifying vision is a vision that is so big and so massive that everyone can find their place in it, find their purpose, and find a cause that is noble enough for them to make the sacrifice for your business to succeed. Many years ago, I sat in a restaurant with a gentleman I call Dr. Ted. Dr. Ted was telling me that his team wouldn't work. They were ignoring what had to be done. They weren't getting things to him the way he wanted them done. And in the discussion, he proceeded to tell us how each person, they knew what their job was and they should be doing their job. But he never took the time to explain to people how they all mesh together as one. How did that team work together so that the final product was there? No, they each knew what their job was. They knew what their immediate daily goal was, with no vision and no big picture. And I realized that the absence of heart and soul, the absence of people committing their heart and soul, creates failure because they are simply cogs in a wheel. You have to look first at what people want and give them a cause to believe in so they will make sacrifice and work harder for you. Now, in this quest, we ask, what do people want? What is it they want? They want to know they are part of something big and that they have a purpose. If we look at the current pandemic, in only a few weeks, we have all learned about social distancing, the need to wash our hands and keep good hygiene. Things that seem basic. But all of a sudden, everyone is paying attention to these basic little things. Why? Because what they want is to live. They want to survive. So people have found a noble calling. They found their purpose. Their purpose is to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Let's look at that lesson and see how it works. We didn't talk about social distancing a couple weeks ago. We didn't talk about washing our hands. All of a sudden now, that's what we're talking about. Well, people knowing that they can be a part of the cure, part of the solution, has given them a thirst for excellence. So people want to stay in an environment where They're not spreading the disease, not catching the disease, not sharing the disease. They are working together as one because the purpose, the noble purpose, is survival. The power of a unifying vision, the vision that brings everyone together, is people need to belong to something that gives them purpose, something that gives them meaning. Let's go back over 200 years. One of the greatest documents to create a unifying vision was the Declaration of Independence. When our forefathers in the U.S. signed the Declaration of Independence, what they did was define life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as important events, important things in people's lives, and people were willing to sacrifice to fight to achieve those end goals. It brought people together from all generations. There was no, oh, well, the millennials this, or the Gen Xers this, or baby boomers that. No, everyone found a purpose and worked together. That ability to work together to create a free nation was a unifying vision that satisfied the need of everyone to be part of something. Just like what we're going through now. Everybody wants to be a part of the solution. They want a better tomorrow. Yes, people are scared to death. Fear is a great motivator. Fear is what allows people to feel tension, to feel worry, and it brings them together. On the opposite side of fear is love and caring, empowerment. These things will also bring people together because if you look at the Declaration of Independence, it empowered all people to be part of their own solution for the betterment of mankind in this nation. So it gave everyone a purpose. It let them feel included. It made them feel like they were one. So look at your business right now and ask yourself, what kind of leader are you? The best form of persuasion, of influence, of leadership is the ability to get things done. But the caveat to that is, it is the ability to get things done by having people do something that they embrace as their own. That means you as a leader have to step outside of your comfort zone. Just like we've all been pushed out of our comfort zone in the last couple of weeks. You as a leader have to get outside your comfort zone and allow people to be empowered to be part of your team, empowered to be part of your solution. If you are prepared to communicate your respect for your employees, your trust in them, your empowerment in them, even when they're working from home, they're going to know that they're part of something bigger. They have to understand that they are tying into the general unit. Now, some people are working at home and scared they're going to get laid off tomorrow. Well, you can't change their fears, but you can give them the comfort of knowing they're needed. The more someone is needed, the more they're going to work, and it will allay their fears. And it'll give you a chance to realize that your team can accomplish for you as long as they understand that the purpose they are serving is necessary and essential to the survival of the vision that everyone has. In doing this and in finding this place for people, you need to find their role. What is each person's role? You as a leader need to define that. A role is not what job do they do, what task do they perform. It's what is their role in the company. What is their role in your big vision? When you look at this employee, how do they fit into the vision? Do not look at them as a cog getting something done. Look at them as part of the vision, and that will be communicated with them when you speak to them in your actions, your words, and your thoughts. Because that is the truth. Each person serves a purpose. They're not minuscule. They're not negligible. The more energy you put into your vision, the more energy you put into your employees, the more they will gravitate towards your vision and want to be part of that vision. So as you look at their roles, maybe you need to expand their roles so they have a bigger purpose. Maybe you need to explain their role so they understand where they're going to go next. Because if you think about it, several weeks ago, none of us thought that our role would be to stay home. None of us thought that our role was to be avoiding people. And frankly, none of us thought our role was going to be washing our hands. Why? Because the vision occurred and we found our purpose. We found that we can achieve existence, health, life, future prosperity by changing our role. Our roles might have been going out and conducting seminars. It might have been going to work to create and build something. It might have been serving the community in some great way, but all of a sudden, our role was to stay home because the vision changed the role and people adopted to that role. Yes, they did it out of fear, but people act out of love and respect. That's what you need to be giving them so that they will continue through all of this to respect you and want to be part of your vision. The concept of getting to us and empowering people through Unifying Vision is about enrolling people in an idea that is so grand, so big, that it transcends self-interest, and it is so appealing that people fall in love with it. Once you can accomplish this in your vision, the need to motivate or influence evaporates. And as long as you keep everyone devoted to the vision, you will have a team that propels itself towards your goals. Your vision has to be bigger than you. It has to be bigger than your team. It has to be bigger than your entire company. Because when your vision is that big, it lets people know that what you are creating is not something that you can do alone. It is not something that they can do alone. It lets them know that that vision is so big that they are needed. When people fully enroll in your vision, they will have the ability to flourish and find purpose in all that they do. If we think back, and yes, you look at history, when President Kennedy told us we were going to land on the moon, everyone signed on because going to the moon was one of the biggest visions that the president at that time could have put forth. And everybody signed on. And the NASA workers, nobody complained about breaks. Nobody complained about running around, getting out of the room. They all sat there during the lunar landing to make sure our astronauts were safe. These employees of NASA, much maligned government workers, no, they were committed. They were all in because they wanted the success of that vision. They knew their role, they knew their purpose, and they knew those 3 astronauts were not going to return home alive without the full commitment of every individual in that room. That vision drew everyone in, and that vision is one of the most powerful visions we have. They self-sacrificed, and motivation became a natural outgrowth of being inspired by the vision. So do your people, do your teams know how big your vision is? Do they understand where they fit into it? Do they understand that vision? It is up to you to make that vision so clear that each and every one of your employees understands the vision. You have to be crystal clear about your vision. Your team has to know that your vision is going to change the world. We look at this pandemic right now with stores and businesses closing down right and left. And then I reflect on one vision, which is Amazon. Jeff Bezos wanted to build a bookstore that was so big that the moon was going to be his warehouse. He wanted to provide customer service that was so good that it would draw everybody in. And now there's many people surviving because of the constant delivery from Amazon. His business was so big that the business rose above and shines throughout this pandemic. That kind of vision doesn't happen every day. It happens through commitment, hard work, and the ability to look into an abyss of fear and say, I don't feel this. I don't feel fear. I want my vision to be so big that I and my team will be a part of something so big that the world will never see anything like it again. And when your team feels that impact, they will feel like they're embraced by you, they're empowered by you, and they need to be part of you. Purpose will make people do something. Give them a chance to feel the nobility and empowerment to be a part of your vision. Let them know that they belong. Vision that's on the employment page of the Apple website, which reads, the people here at Apple don't just create products. They create the kind of wonder that's revolutionized entire industries. That's what they're telling people. If you want to be a part of Apple, that is what you have to commit to. And people are doing it each and every day. Microsoft says each of our jobs has clear requirements for success, but lots of room to push boundaries and grow. They've created innovators from within, people that want to be something bigger. That, to me, is what this is all about. Take a look at your company in these troubled times and ask, is it that big? Is it that innovative? Are your people that empowered? Are they that respected that you are going to survive this? And if the answer is no, you can change that today. You can change that today by working on your new vision to make sure that people are communicating across boundaries. If they're home, if they're distant, if you already operate in a cyber environment, just give them a chance to know they're all connected in your vision, in your goal. Now, to do this, unfortunately, there is a major requirement. And I laugh to myself at the timeliness of the requirement, but you have to be present. There's an old Zen saying that says, when you're washing your hands, wash your hands. We've been told how to wash our hands over the last couple of weeks, like we didn't know. But now we're all focused on it. A hand washing takes 20 seconds. The same amount of time that you sing happy birthday twice. And when you're washing your hands and you are concerned about making them clean to stop the spread of COVID-19, you're focused on washing your hands. You're making sure that you're clean so your family and everyone around you and you will survive this pandemic. That focus, that ability to say that I'm washing my hands right now and I'm focusing on that, that is an experience of presence. When you're creating your vision, create your vision. When you are working with your employees, work with your employees. When you are empowering employees, empower employees. That moment That is all that matters. Just like when you're washing your hands, wash your hands. When you are present, you will communicate to your people that they are important because you will be in that moment with them. When people know that their role is important, they know that they are empowered to be innovative and to accomplish, and they know that their purpose in your vision is noble. That is a mobilizing force that allows you to survive anything, including this pandemic. Once you've placed someone in a role, do not give them cause to question the role by questioning the role yourself. Commit to the role, believe in the role that you've given them. And if the role includes decision-making ability, keep it so. You must be willing to empower people to perform within the boundaries of their role that you have given them without micromanaging. And here's an interesting point. You can't micromanage people working from home. The role that you give them is the only way you can be sure that they are fulfilling their purpose, your purpose, and your vision. Please make sure that that is clear and concise so they understand it. Let them act decisively. Let them commit to doing the job at hand. Because if you are present, you will convey that to them. If you trust them, you will convey that to them. If you respect them, you will convey that to them. But most importantly, if you stay on your vision and you make it clear as to what their role is in that vision, they will commit to the vision because they will find purpose, they will find meaning, and they will be mobilized to achieve something that is more noble than them, more noble than you. And that will be your unifying vision. I thank you very much for your time. I hope that some of this information helps. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. And let me just say, be safe out there, wash your hands, and grow in this desperate time. Thank you very much. This is Joe Curcillo, and I've enjoyed my time with you today.